There are plenty of movies that are so bad it's good, but none of them are The Room. Movies like Birdemic and Food Fight are really, really bad, and it's funny to watch the train wreck, but anything past the mockery is lost. It's just a cynical and ironic viewing making fun of something that's really bad. But there is nothing ironic about the love of The Room, not anymore. Surely that first watch was one of hilarity and shock about how wrong it all was, but the current The Room fan base loves the movie. People rewatch it, talk about it, show everybody that they know, pay money to go see a midnight screening.
7 times. It was my 5th time.
This is my 3rd time seeing it, and I love it. I think this is my 5th time.
This is number 7. 13 now.
Yeah, it's about like my 3rd time.
Showings where Tommy shows up sell out. It's real love. The irony is gone. It's slowly become one of the most, if not the most, celebrated cult films of all time, which is what earned it an Ed Wood-style behind-the-scenes film, The Disaster Artist. Now, as The Disaster Artist currently stands, it's fine. There are many wonderful aspects of the movie. Cinematography, gorgeous. Music, dank. It's very clear that James Franco and everyone involved are big fans of The Room. James Franco worked extremely hard to perfectly portray Tommy Wiseau. Many of the things brought over from the book are brought to life perfectly, specifically sets and performances. Seth Rogen's frustrated quips are hilarious and feel authentically irritated, and Zac Efron was perfect as Chris R. Unfortunately, it feels like many things in terms of plot were changed for the sake of making it follow structure conventions more, specifically the dynamic between Tommy and Greg. It starts off great, perfect actually. The decision to have Dave Franco play Greg Sestero at first seemed like the wrong choice, but I think since him and James Franco are brothers, it kind of added to a certain on-screen chemistry. Where it fails is the embarrassing oversimplification of that relationship. What was actually a fascinating friendship of respect, embarrassment, abuse, and loneliness was boiled down into a simplified, animated kids movie level of "you hurt my feelings," climaxing at a fight for the 3rd act bridge and unmotivatedly getting over it and being friends again just in time for the screening of The Room. And yes, that's the nature of book adaptation. You simplify complexity so that it can be put on screen. But adapting the book as it is would have been fearless. The Disaster Artist is not fearless. The Room was fearless, and that's why it's far more enjoyable to watch and completely rewatchable. Not sucking up to convention, following your heart and not letting convention dictate your decisions. That takes integrity. Writing based on convention and expectations of audience makes for forgettable, unoriginal movies, and theaters are filled with that, and that's why the film business is dying. The Room is celebrated because it's wrong.
Everything, it's beautifully wrong. It's sublimely wrong.
And wrong is better than the same fucking soulless shit. Because even if it is terrible, there is a personal, original vision behind it, and you can feel it. If anything, I just wish there was more time on set. Tommy and Greg have an interesting friendship, but when you boil it down like that, it's nowhere near as intriguing as the making of The Room, which more time should have been spent on. Let Greg and Tommy's relationship come alive there. Those scenes just feel rushed for some reason. I want to revel in every ridiculous decision and frustrating moment that's in the book. Compare it to Love and Mercy, the Brian Wilson biopic, my favorite biopic. Over half the movie is about the creation of pet sounds. We get a lot of scenes of Brian in the studio making the music. They were more daring with linear time, and the 1960s segment focused on the man's relationship with his art piece. It's got bravery that The Disaster Artist was missing. For the most part, I am okay with The Disaster Artist. I'm not mad. I'm just a little disappointed. They cut out and simplified and condensed so much of the book, and of course, that's book adaptation, but what they replaced gold with is Hollywood fool's gold. Go watch The Disaster Artist if you're a fan of The Room, but if you a real die-hard fan, you get the book, because that's where the real shit is. So, 6 out of 10, 8 out of 10, 9 out of 10, 10 out of 10. Go watch Now You See It's a study of so bad it's good movies for further in-depth analysis of what makes a movie so bad that it's good. I found it super interesting and tried my hardest not to repeat any of the points that he makes.